Question: who do y'all think has more hoes, Lenny or Martina?
You know what? This season, I don't know. It's given, but they're both sneaking out. I don't know.
Listen, the way that Martina was talking to Julia, saying, "I'm getting ready to divorce you. We're gonna end this. Shut up. Stop crying over your kids." Her and Lenny are going out to the titty bar. I know that for a fact.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. I don't want to do it. I'm sorry.
So you know I got to lean in.
Yes, 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 yes. What is the TTT? It is three of the Fab Four, darling, from the lean.
Or
And it is time to lean in, honey. Catch that dirt. Um, Hello, Jamie. How are you? It's been a while.
I'm fantastic, blessed, highly favored,
Mm.
doing better than you are online.
Oh, that's because the girl set you up to get knocked down. All right. Hey, Cortez, how are you?
I'm good, child. It's Saturday. It's gloomy, and I am loving it in LA because we don't get it.
Yes.
Is it
And
snowing? Snowing in
are you,
Pasadena?
are you in Pasadena?
You know what? This weather might be some snow for real.
I heard that you guys are going to get hammered, so you be safe out there, okay?
Oh.
Also, when I say the Fab Four, that's because Danny is also going to be on the show as well. He's not here today, but I definitely want to encourage you guys to lean in. Of course, we have the Real Housewives of Potomac, which got it going on down to the Monday nights. We also do the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City now live on Wednesday at 9 p.m. So tune into that. And also make sure y'all get y'all merch, okay? With that being said, the only thing hotter than the Real Housewives of Miami is us, even though it's the winter. So let's get right into it.
Right.
We start off with these rapid scenes, catching up with all the girls, and then we finally land on Alexia at the nail salon with Marisol, and she's fresh off of her actual wedding that happened 3 months prior to filming. So I guess it may have happened. You guys can refresh our memory. Did it happen right before the reunion or right after the reunion? Because it happened at that time.
I believe
right after.
afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, right after, because the reunion was 3 months ago, and then the wedding was also
Like
3 months
the
ago.
elope or the because she eloped.
Yes, excuse me.
That one, okay. But
I call everything a wedding, child. So it's the loop, loop. It's a wedding.
A lot.
Y'all married.
I don't. It's hard to follow what the hell she got going on. Like it's like
Because she's got a lot going on.
it's a lot. So
We got a lot.
a lot.
Anywho, yeah, so she's at the nail salon that she actually owns, Alexia and Frankie's, with Marisol. And yeah, they're discussing some things and catching up. Now, before I get into the breakdown, I did have a question I wanted to ask you guys because this is just like I don't know how I felt about it. Do you believe, like, okay, so she owns the salon, of course, right? Now she's actually having the workers do her like pedicure, manicure, pedicure. Do you think that that's like, what do you guys think about that? Like, I don't know. Big deal or not a big deal?
I would hope that she would tip them.
She
If she's
doesn't.
doing that, I don't think that she does.
You don't think
but
she
I
pays
mean,
them or nothing? I mean,
I think
No.
that she does. I think that she would probably tip them. But like, if you own a salon, like you're there per hour. Like I'm obviously paying you to be there. Like, girl, do my feet.
But see, here's the thing about that. The only reason why I didn't really have like really wasn't upset is because it was actually empty. But
You know they shut that place down. They shut it down.
I'm sure they shut
strictly
it
for
down.
filming.
Yeah, yeah. But it was empty. But like, am I taking away from my client's income potential by having them do my feet? I don't know. Something about it just feels like what I begun to feel watching these episodes this season of Alexia is that she's an entitled, stuck-up bitch.
you just got that this season.
Well, because let me say this. So Alexia
Hold
was
on
there the
now.
first season. Wait a
Not too
minute,
much
no,
of a Cuban Barbie.
I'm
She
gonna
gonna
say
get
what I'm gonna say. Fuck
She
that.
gonna get it because I got something to
See,
say to later, but she gonna get it. We
But
listening.
she's gonna get it. But what I will say, just based off of Alexia, I don't think I really paid much attention to her. Like how everyone says she's the queen, this, the queen there. That she was there the first season. The first season is a non-entity. She was a friend of the show. The second season, and season three was season three. Last season, she came off as maybe like the queen, but she was so storyline centric focused as opposed to like group focused that it didn't really come off as a queen bee. This season, I feel like she's walking in that, and I don't live. So there's that.
This is how she was in season 3. Like Alexia has the most ties to everybody. Her reputation in Miami has always been like very, very pristine. I think what is probably turning people off is this may be the first time that Alexia does not have a crisis going on where the cameras are following. Therefore, she's not able to really get a lot of sympathy, because if you remember, that season that she was a friend of was because Frankie had gotten in that accident. And everybody had a lot of sympathy. But if you remember, the scenes that she showed up, she was going after Kieran like every single time that she could. She was fighting that girl. So Alexia is very, very, very headstrong, very hard-headed, very I'm gonna get my way. Like you can tell that. I think that she's probably walking in it because there's nothing that's kind of buffering that this season. And she don't listen. Like that whole fight with Gertie, y'all could have squashed that in 10 seconds. But you don't listen.
You don't get to it.
You ain't listening.
Alexia, very much the original seasons, I feel like slipped through the cracks because if I'm going to be quite blunt and honest, the queen of that show during its initial run was Leah Black. I don't care if you like it or don't. She was positioned and propositioned to be the queen. So now it's like we're back on the reboot, and now Alexia is the queen by default because Leah is not there. And so it is what it is. But let's get right.
I don't think by default. I think people actually like Alexia. Like the older cast really, really liked Alexia, and the newer girls.
When you say people, you mean the girls in the group.
Well, Alexia was a fan favorite during her run. And
she was because she was able to slip through the cracks, Jamie. You can defend that Cuban Barbie doll. But she's a Barbie doll with a head off. She's a Barbie doll with her hair pulled out. She's very much a Cynthia doll. She's become a Cynthia doll. Honey.
I know you want Larsa to be that girl so bad, but she's not.
I really don't. No. I actually don't care.
She's not.
Like, this is one show I don't have a favorite. And Larsa's actually rubbing the wrong way. Let's get into it. So, Adriana, Julia, and Nicole are going to the Miami Open, which they don't know who the hell is playing at Miami Open. They don't know what the Miami Open is. They just know it's Miami and it's open. And they go and visit Julia's wife, Martina Navratilova, who is working. And they are now empty nesters, Julia and Martina. And they actually don't spend any time together. I know we touched on it at the beginning, but is this a red flag or is there nothing to see here, guys?
Yeah. I immediately thought like, okay, well, I mean, so here's the thing. I don't understand why suddenly they're spending so much time apart. I mean, it just sounds weird. I get, you do things as a couple separately, but if you're spending long periods of time doing things away from your spouse, that's a concern for me, unless it's like planned. For example, let's say educational or some type of, let's say like even when Contessa was going to med school, something like that. I'm just saying, I'm giving you an example of something that I'm like, okay, because I know you don't like Contessa, but you just gonna go somewhere, like she says, Aspen to ski for like, what are you talking about? It doesn't make sense to me. So yes, red flag, definitely. For me.
I think that they were probably like, they've been so focused on raising a family because when Martina came in, Julia already had those kids. So Martina like just was able to slip into mommy mode and do that. So maybe she hasn't been able to really enjoy a lot of like her retirement stuff and being, this resurgence of celebrity and stuff. Now they're empty nesters and she's wanting to do what she wants to do. I did want to make a point. Like I got her when she said, you've been able to go and do all of this stuff and it's kind of like my turn. Last season, Julia was out, going to parties, hanging out with Adriana. Martina wants a little something too. Let that lady go gamble or ski or where the fuck ever.
I feel like it's a stretch to say that Martina has been confined to damn house raising that damn.
She's Martina Navratilova. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. She's Martina, and that daughter of theirs, that child was not fucking. She was like 17. So come on, like my mama was leaving me at the house at 12. Don't touch the stove, baby. I'm just saying. She was just
food already ready.
Right, and then like she was just confined to the house.
Girl, she couldn't do that. The last time Julia left a child at the house, we know what happened. Like,
okay, all right. And then
she ain't leaving those kids alone.
No.
She left.
You're not gonna.
I'm just saying.
Else. She left the. I'm about to go.
I'm just saying. Like I wouldn't.
Don't say anything else.
I'm about to.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Oh, so I'm the bad guy.
Yeah, you are.
As a
How
read.
do you manage? Wait, I just need to know. How do you manage to get us canceled on a
All
recorded
I'm
show?
saying
I
is,
don't
if
get
that
it.
had happened to me, I wouldn't leave none of my kids alone. Oh, we're staying right
I
here.
get live, but
We're only the
geez.
right
first
here.
6 minutes of the first episode. Jesus, we got a long season. Go ahead, Chase.
Y'all want me to be the bad guy so bad.
I just want you to keep being you. Um, okay, yeah. So Gertie girl,
I forgot all about that. Anywho.
wow. Okay, Gertie goes to visit Larsa at her new $3 million penthouse, and she makes it clear that she paid for it with her own money and not her divorce settlement. Gertie tells Larsa that Alexia does not respond when it's inconvenient for Alexia, but will call Gertie whenever she needs something. And as an example, Gertie wanted to go to dinner with with Alexia, and Alexia did not have the time, did not respond, or did not return the call. But she conveniently calls Gertie when it is time for her to get that wedding on the road. Because guess what? The cameras are rolling in 3 months. Anywho, Alex,
Was
oh,
Gertie
I just
not going to be
don't.
paid for that though? Like that's
Probably
not a
not.
job.
She
That's
was
not
gonna
a
get paid
job.
by. She's gonna get paid by purveyors of pop. But do you actually think that Alexia was gonna cough up some dough? Actually,
Alexia was going to pay her last year.
no, she wasn't. She was
Alexia
gonna
was
pay our
paying her
last
last year.
season. She was gonna pay our last season when they didn't know they was gonna get another season.
Oh,
It was happy to be back.
please,
Okay, well,
please.
anyway,
You want Alexia to be
anywho.
the bad guy so bad.
I don't really want Alexia to be the bad guy, but I can kind of see where she's like, yeah, the bad guy. Anyway, so Alexia tells Marisol that she has picked a new date for her Miami non-wedding wedding. And she let Gertie know, and Gertie let her know that she was booked for that date and sent her assistant to go ahead and handle Alexia by sending her all of the information and the details that they previously worked on. Alexia was not happy about that. So then Gertie says that Alexia began comparing her charity event to Marisol's bachelorette party at the Versace mansion, and Gertie was actually very hurt by that and does not feel like those two events compare, and believes that Alexia was doing so in an attempt to disparage Gertie's party planning prowess, which is her bread and butter. And Alexia feels that she has been begging Gertie to help her with this event. And this will be the first time they see each other since New York at Larsa's party. So that was a lot to take in. Where do you guys stand on all of it?
So okay,
Here we go. Here we go.
in terms of in terms of her saying that she feels like she doesn't want to hang out with her unless it's for business. I see both sides of Alexia, because I feel like yes, this is a show, but also Gertie at some point was somewhat hired to do a job. So sometimes you got to separate that whole friend versus business. I mean, I do see that. However, I do think, because they are on a show together, and I do think Alexia could have not been that kind of should have not been that kind of person. I understand. I think she could have been a little bit more, but her not hanging with the girl because she wanted to get something to eat or whatever she wanted to do, I think that's how Alexia is. Like, I mean, they're on a show. You got to play both sides, because if I would have chosen a side in this moment, I would definitely go with Gertie, just because, I don't know. Seeing how Alexia was last season, like the whole process, even back to the questionnaire thing, I knew that they was gonna have an issue this season. I think
we talked about it last year.
We talked about the reunion. Like, I knew it would be an issue. The way because Gertie is very she's very on point with what she does and what she wants. Alexia, I think I'm saying she's not on point, but Alexia just kind of wants somebody to kind of do it for her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kind of have her vision in their mind, and Gertie's not that person. She's like a paperwork girl. So I just feel like it's unfortunate that they're in place, but the whole comparison thing is a bit much, and I can understand Gertie's hurting it too. So I take Gertie's side on this, honestly, Jamie.
I think Gertie is completely valid in being like, hey, girl, I've been trying to hang out with you, and you are kind of like not responding. But if you go back to their first season, you could tell that the dynamics of how they perceived the friendship were two different stances. When Gertie talked about Alexia, it was, she's been my friend and she's asking me to do this party and I'm so happy to be able to do this for her. And Gertie was actually hurt when Alexia was just like, I'm not going to do this, and this. When Alexia talked about Gertie, it was, I've known Gertie and her work through mutual friends, and she's a great party planner. Yeah. So already there, they weren't seeing eye to eye on what that relationship is. I think Gertie probably thought that in between seasons, seeing how Nicole and Alexia have gotten really close, she probably thought that I'm going to be really good friends. And when that didn't happen, she got hurt, which it's every right. Again, this is just lack of communication. I would have said, hey, I'd be more than happy to help you up. But like, girl, I haven't heard from you. What's going on? I thought we were friends. And even when Alexia was talking to Marisol, when she goes, I'm going to have this party, the first person I thought of was Gertie. Like, she really does hold Gertie's work in very high esteem.
Her work, just not her friendship.
Exactly, her work. Yeah. So whenever and that right there is that they're not seeing eye to eye on what that relationship is. Because Alexia saw
Jamie,
like, girl, I wanted to hire you.
Jamie, I know Alexia is your queen, but then it begs the question, why?
Well,
why doesn't she?
She probably doesn't. They know each other socially. They haven't hung out before this show. Really, they know each other. But
Alexia has no desire to. Why?
Where are you getting? She has no desire to.
Obviously, if she's not returning the phone calls, then
you would think by now. Okay, yes, this is your wedding planner. She's planning. You would try to establish some type of relationship. Most people do.
Yeah.
Someone is your business partner.
I mean, granted, she's had a lot going on. She got her mama dead. Yeah. Her and her husband just got married 3 months prior. So they're in that period of.
Jamie, I'm sorry.
But also,
I hear you.
Alexia is pushing 60. At 60 years old, how many new friends are you getting?
Listen, wait a minute.
Let's very quick on Chase. This only thing with me is that you're on a show with this person too. So I mean, there is nothing. Didn't Gertie and Alexia have like a little moment last season during the season? I feel like she's like, are you sure?
I thought they were going to.
No, because Alexia told Gertie she like talked too much or something like that. It was something that happened last season. I can't remember what it was. So
Adriana told Gertie she talked too much.
And Alexia agreed.
Alexia agreed. Alexia did say like, yeah, you do. It was something like that.
I get it. Again, Alexia doesn't listen. So what I was frustrated at Gertie when she brought all of that stuff up, Gertie didn't say, I'm hurt because of this. Gertie bypassed all of that and said, you compared my two parties, which I can see where Gertie's hurt. Alexia was probably saying, hey, girl, all of this stuff that you did with my previous wedding and your black tie, I don't want no black tie. Marisol put on an event that was cheap and fun and flirty, and that's what I want. She instead said, Marisol put on a better party, which Gertie had every right to get offended at that. But I don't think she was coming for her business. She was trying to tell her, I don't want no black tie. Please don't do this as a black tie.
Listen, but for me, though, it boils down to just to what it is. Yes, Alexia has had a lot going on. I would not negate the fact that her mother died close to or on her wedding day. I can't remember.
Yep.
But, her mom passed away. She's trying to get married. She has a son going through what he's going through. She has another son going through what he's going through. Yeah, pretty much. Like, she has a lot going on. I don't negate that, but she also finds time to make time for who she wants to make time for.
Absolutely.
But she makes time for the girls. She just does not make time for Gertie. So,
but Gertie didn't express that.
Wait a minute, excuse me. It begs the point. It begs the question, why?
But why didn't Gertie ask that? You're more concerned with that answer than Gertie is.
Well, see, Gertie
is very concerned about it.
But Gertie didn't bring it up to her at all.
What I'm saying, if Gertie said that she reached out to go have drinks or something like that, and
she's probably going to talk about it.
Not really like trying to do that. I mean, it just it does look like, well, then why don't you want to try to at least have a relationship with this girl, whether she's your party planner or not? Because it started off great. It was actually really great at one point. And then now it's like, oh, well, Gertie's party, Gertie was trying to plan this for me. She wanted to have us dancing in front of God. It's such
And let me ask, and let me just say this too as well. Listen, Gertie A did her a favor because if she did that, we didn't see that phone conversation. That means no cameras were there. She tried to give her the benefit of having a conversation off camera, which is a big discussion and a big point amongst all of the girls from Potomac to Married to Medicine to every show. Well, if you were really my friend, why didn't you tell me off camera? Why would you wait for the cameras? So she obviously attempted to do this off camera, right? This is how you make me feel. Let's move into the season with a new start. A. B. You brought her into the group because you heard that she was a world-renowned party planner. You wanted her to do our event planner. Excuse me, I don't want to disparage that lady's business. You know who she is. You know who she was. You brought her into the group of what? "Quote unquote" friends, and you're the only one not being the friend. It's weird. It's
I don't
weird.
get it.
It is weird. It's weird.
Gertie has every right to be upset, and my thing with that is neither of these women expressed what was bugging them at all. They sat down on that episode, and Gertie was, "You disparaged my business," and she was like, "Well, that's not what I meant." Neither of them said what was really going on, and at that point, it's like, Gertie, if you're not going to tell this lady that you're offended that she ignored your calls, like, I don't know what you want her to do.
Yeah,
I do think it's cute. It's old school Housewives. They're like picking time and place. Like, this is not the time. This is not the place. We don't see that anymore at all.
At all.
Yeah, they're dropping dance with the individual groups, so it's they didn't wait until they get together. But yeah.
I think the Real Housewives of New York fought over a funeral. So
they seem to be getting along in these group settings. I'm like, I thought
coexisting. They're not getting along, baby. Wait a minute, we got a whole show to go. Wait a minute. Okay, wait. We're gonna wait, you guys. I'm sorry.'re gonna come back to it. I'm gonna let you finish, Cortez.
Go ahead.
Non-competition. Because we have a lot of this to go.
We have more important things.
Oh, wow. That's the point. Because I'm hitting at something. I'm a reserved comment. Even with these 2 episodes, I'm gonna reserve it. But I'm something Alexia giving me, I'm not really feeling. Anyway, Larsa will be seeing Adriana for the first time as well. And Larsa is still at odds with Juliana as well. Having calling her a weirdo. This scene took me out when I love Larsa versus Julia, and I actually hope it goes on forever. I really do. So Larsa called Julia a weirdo after Julia came for her on Instagram first, and Julia wants to know who is really weirder, her for being a farmer, or is it Larsa because Larsa sells her feet pics for $10 a pop? I was like, okay, Julia, get your read in, Julia. Get your read in, Juju. That's a Juju. When Julia get the reading,
Juju was mad.
Get your read in, Juju. Okay. And she is sick of seeing Larsa's boobs every morning while drinking her coffee to the point that it's giving her indigestion, and she unfollowed Larsa. And so Larsa unfollowed Julia as well. I was like, okay, Ju, get it. Lisa and Kiki visit Marisol. Okay, well, that's actually another scene. So what are we thinking about Larsa versus Adriana and Julia? Like, where are you guys on that? For me personally, I don't really care about Larsa versus Adriana. That's probably going to always happen to the end of time. I really love Larsa versus Julia because Larsa activates Julia. She really does.
Absolutely.
Julia does not like Larsa at all.
Julie, the sad thing is, Julie, as much as she is Adriana's friend, she really has not gotten hip to how Adriana moves. Adriana has been feuding with everybody in that cast, and then in 2 episodes forgets they're feuding and is best friends. Meanwhile, Julia was sticking up for her friend, and now Larsa hates her. So Adriana was really back there best friends with it.
I really feel like Larsa is like holding back on Julia, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
I think she's like she's not giving her, and I'm not saying like as if Larsa's like the big bad wolf, but I think she really could latch into Julie if she wanted to, but she's like not. She's just keeping it cute, like she's a weirdo and like letting her like because basically it kind of shows how she views her, which kind of proves Julia's point to why she doesn't like her. But I mean, I don't think Larsa just kind of views her like, girl, like again, you're a weirdo. So it's like, ew.
I don't think Larsa knows her well enough.
Ew, that's what it is, Cortez. Ew, like, ew, girl.
Like, you know that meme of Faye? She was like, loser.
Yeah.
Like she views her like that. And so she's not, unless Julia just says something that's just outlandish, I don't think Larsa's going to really give it to her like that. It's kind of like a girl, But
the thing is, though, for the same side of the token with this reading and the reunion, I also think that Julia is holding back on Larsa because Larsa done gave her a little bit, but she hasn't given her enough, and Larsa doesn't do it. She's very covert in how she comes for Julia. She doesn't do it in the front of a group of in the front. She doesn't do it in the front of a group of people.
A group of girls, probably in the front of the girls.
But she does not do it because she feels like she may come off as the bad guy. And, oh, you're picking
Because everybody likes
poor,
Julia.
helpless Julia. But the thing is, you don't fight 12 ninjas for your children for nothing, okay? And I don't think Julia is no punk. So
Yeah, I don't think so. She's shown that she's not. And I think, she gonna take them weird ass shots and she gonna get
I
to
really want her
Put
to like.
cucumbers on her face.
I really
Get
want those
glam,
two to
just a
have
little
a
bit.
moment. I really want
It's-
them to have like that moment. I really need
I
it.
think
I
this
need
is really showing you the new structure of Housewives when it comes to like being politically astute to when you pick a
Oh.
fight and who your alliances are. Because at this point, everybody really does like Julia. Everybody, I mean, even her and Nicole have gotten back better. Like Julia at this point is really good with everybody. Everybody thinks she's sweet. And Larsa definitely has more friends than she did last year. She may have lost Lisa, but she's got Kiki, she's got Gertie. So I think Larsa is wanting to like Larsa's having fun.
She wants to integrate
This
with the
go
group.
around.
Yeah.
She really was. Her first season and only season back in the original, she did not
Did not
want to be there.
care.
You could tell.
She did not.
She's having a good time. And I
Well,
think
I
that
will
she wants
say-
to protect that.
even last season she gave me she
She
slipped
didn't really want to be there.
Yeah.
she
Until the end.
to the end, correct. She
Till
got
the end.
this
So
season,
I love it.
like she's like, you know what? I'm on this platform. Let me just do what I can do while I'm here.
Yep.
And she's doing it. I think so.
The thing that I like about Larsa is you can genuinely tell that she doesn't really give a fuck if people don't like her or not. I think that she's more so being strategic in like who she's going to give energy to.
Yeah.
And I think as much as I dislike her as a person, I think that she makes a very fucking great villain for this because that girl can flip and make herself the victim so bad, so quick.
Listen,
and she's
the
holding
thing
back.
about her, Jamie, the thing about her is, much like Elisa Barlow, I haven't watched this season, so I don't know Lisa today. The Lisa from the first 2 seasons that I watched, or Jill Zarin from the first 3 seasons, because season 4 she was like, "Oh fuck it, bump it, I'm the villain." But Larsa does not want to be the villain, and I think
She
that's
doesn't
what
view
holds her
herself
back. I don't know
as the
if
villain.
can I ask Cortez? Has Lisa walked in her villainhood yet, Barlow? Because I don't watch it. Is she walking in it now, or is she still
As she walks in it, no.
no? Okay, so like it's something about being a villain that like girls are like, I don't really know.
She's not
Yeah,
walking.
more.
She's clearly last season she was clearly the villain. This
Yeah.
season she's trying to get back right because the girls are like at her or vice versa. But last season, yes, she didn't walk in it in my eyes.
Yes, she was. She didn't want. She didn't.
She did.
She didn't. That's what sets her from being an icon. Like girls like Kenya Moore, Danielle Staub. Danielle was really caught off guard when they had a villain.
Yeah,
But once she realized, oh, I'm the villain. Oh, baby, let's do season 2. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Sheree Whitfield, like season 1, Sheree is the villain. Even though the real villain of season 1, Real Housewives of Atlanta is Nene Leakes, but we can talk about that later because it's Nene. It is. However, I mean, it really is. But like Larsa doesn't want to be that. And then what you say, Jamie, about the girls being politically astute, I absolutely agree with that. But I also believe that this is the difference between being on Peacock and being on Bravo. See, on Bravo, listen, me ain't pay for that trip. I don't give a damn what y'all say. Me didn't pay for that trip. The production company paid for that trip and set it up. Mia just took the fall for it because what are you going to do? Complain about it to get fired? Answer no. However, on Peacock, do you think they're paying for these parties and this and that? Do you think they're paying for all of it? Answer no. Peacock doesn't have the NBC Bravo budget allotted for that. So those girls are paying for it. So, if we at the Bravo event, then yeah, y'all go ahead and argue now. If I paid my money for it, bitches better not come here and argue at my shit.
But that's what's actually making Miami more enjoyable.
I love it.
These women are living the genuine lives. And I do think that they all really do like each other. They get along with each other. I think that what's going on is somebody wants to be the queen bee. And I think Alexia wants to be queen bee. And Gertie's getting a little shine. And I think that's getting to Alexia. She's
trying to squash it. It ain't going to happen, boo.
Squash it.
Okay, you guys. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying there's a queen bee in my eyes or a new villain.
Ooh.
Jill Zarin.
Just Zarin. I can't wait to hear that, Cortez. I can't wait to hear. Okay, so Larsa will be seeing Adriana for the first time as well. Okay, I read that already. I just want to read it again. You want to know why? Because I love Julia versus Larsa, and I need to see it every episode. Lisa and Kiki visit Marisol's, and they ask Lisa if she's having sex. Lisa says that she's actually asked Lenny because they are not. And Lenny told Lisa that it is him and it is definitely not her. Lenny is now working out and eating better than ever. And Kiki says that
Good.
one thing for sure, she knows about men who work out. It makes them horny. And if Lisa ain't getting it, another woman is. Mm-mm. Now, Lisa
I
feels
hate you.
everything with Larsa has changed after New York. And Lisa said that on an IG page. Excuse me, everything has changed after New York. Yes. So Lisa saw on one of those Instagram pages where I guess they're Instagram comedian, and they do like the if you're here in Miami, here in Miami, here in Miami, this is what this means. And so she says that the joke stated that if you stayed in Larson's building, there will be hookers and drug dealers and pimps and all of these things about the people who stay in the building. And Kiki immediately makes a face, and Lisa clocked it. I give her that. She know everything going on with the girl. She don't know nothing going on with her man. So either she's smart or she's slow. And I'm starting to believe that she knows a lot more than she let on, but she's trying to live this life, and it is what it is, Lisa. Anyway, but she definitely clocked that message was going to get ran back to Larsa
Immediately.
because she feels like it's
Immediately.
going to be used against her. Do you guys feel that it was a joke? And if so, then why would Lisa go tell it on camera?
I don't know. I don't think it was a joke. I think she also was. I mean, what for one, it's not a joke. Let's just be clear. But what I
It's
will
not a
say,
good joke.
It's
I'm
not a
so
joke.
glad that Larsa is not black. Okay.
Oh wow! But well, you know what? Wait a minute, though, Cortez, because the
Only
nuance in
because
that is, I'm telling you, the nuance in that is that even though Larsa is not black, are the people who stays in her building black? Because if so, now I got a problem, Lisa. Trump supporter Hawkstein following Candace Owens and this and that,
Well,
this and that.
That wasn't her post. Like
well,
she
listen,
obviously wanted to get a lick.
it wasn't her post, but I will say, Lisa, you came on camera, you said it.
Yeah.
You brought it to light, and so joke or not, and I also feel like she feels away. Also, from she keeps saying that what's her name, Larsa is feeling away from New York. I think she's also feeling away,
Lisa.
Oh, absolutely.
and that's why she brought it up to kind of be petty, whatever, malicious, whatever. Not malicious. She brought it up to be messy. Let's say that.
Yeah. She wanted her lick. She wanted to embarrass Larsa on
It
camera.
was not a joke, but she actually got the joke wrong. Apparently, right? She got it completely wrong.
We later reveal, yes, she got it wrong.
Well, imagine being scolded for getting something wrong.
Like, my God. Should have
It
sat there and ate your
happens.
food.
When
That
you're,
is
she should have kept her mouth shut. Yeah,
shut
absolutely.
up.
Listen,
What I will say in that scene, all three of them looked fucking beautiful. I'm glad Marisol dissolved some of them fillers. The face is sitting, the hair was up. Kiki ate the girls up. Like, they're giving glamour. Now, I would like absolutely right. Kiki was ready to go tell anything and everything because I can guarantee she told Larsa, "Hey, I'm gonna go see Lisa."
I don't
And
think
Larsa
she was
said,
ready
"Let
to
me
go
know."
kill. I think she was more so like,
Why
in
would you
other
say
words,
that?
like imagine us sitting in a room, you know what I'm saying, and when y'all start talking about Danny, you're close to Danny, you're like, I'm sitting in this room, you know what I'm saying? Like at this point, I gotta say something, you know. But I don't think that was. I think that face was like, oh shit, Lisa, why are you doing this to me? You know, why you because you're not tell.
Yeah.
I think that Lisa, excuse me, Kiki was sitting in the room more aware of the assignment this time. Like Kiki
Oh,
is on her
yeah.
beats this season. The first season, Kiki cussed Marisol out because it is what it is, baby. Don't try me. You got cussed out, but now I'm gonna go have fun. This
Right.
season, she's like, oh, I had to keep cussing people out the whole season. Oh, okay, all right, I got it. Can I come back next
Kiki,
season? Okay, period. I'll be back.
Kiki continues to be the comedic relief. Like that whole scene was giving me The Office or Abbott Elementary because if you caught every time they were talking about Lenny not having sex with her, Kiki would just go.
But you know what though, Jamie? Wow. You know what? Kiki later makes a comment in the season like, what kind of friend would I be if I don't tell Larsa? So obviously she's not that close to Lisa because she knew something. I'm sure all of them knew something, but Kiki was like, bitch.
I mean, like, we have been saying even last season that he just don't really want to be with Lisa. Like,
I know I kept saying it. I kept saying it.
So it's kind of one
he
of those.
already had an affair, emotional.
Right. He had an affair. She, she's reading the probably comments too. When you if I had people down in my relationship and all of a sudden I come to y'all and say, child, we ain't had sex and blah blah blah, but he getting his body together, baby, I'm gonna be like, oh shit.
Look, Mickey.
They on the show too. They ain't dead. They pay attention just
Yeah.
like they pay
Well,
attention.
and I can like there have been rumors, so I'm sure those girls now being like
Yeah.
well-known people in Miami, like people are whispering to them. And Kiki doesn't have a poker face. Like it's very
Listen.
obviously
Oh no,
she
she
was like,
doesn't.
"Oh, girl, like y'all are hearing this, right?"
Yeah.
Marisol, she'd been in the game long enough. She was like, "No way! Oh my god!"
Oh my goodness, no.
But
He's
I
working
will
out.
say I appreciated that Marisol was like, "Why would you say that? Like, don't say that." And then she stuck to it and went to Larsa and was like, "Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, ask me a question, I'm gonna tell it honestly." So Marisol was a little messy last year. I'm glad that she's sticking to
The Marisol we love, Jamie, because that was not. I don't
yeah.
know who that was last season. That was like a girl happy that a red light was on in the room again. I didn't like last season's Marisol, but that's not Marisol I remember,
Yeah.
And
She settled
furthermore,
down.
yeah, and furthermore, I love that. Well, I don't know if I love it, but you could definitely tell that Marisol recognizes signs of someone who's been cheated on serially, and she had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, go ahead.
No, I agree. I agree.
So we visit
I'm just so
Nicole, and
happy
she's getting.
Marisol looks so gorgeous.
She does look great
She
this
look
season
good.
so far.
She look good.
We visit Nicole, who is getting ready for St. Bart's, and Nicole is newly engaged, something that she said that she did not want or would never do. She's done it, which may lend to Alexia thinking she's a fake ass bitch. Oh.
They got
She still really go
they
ahead.
money.
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 I'm just
Money.
all of a sudden her husband looks so fine to me.
No, he lost weight this season or something, right? No, but he looks really good this
No,
season.
we
His
just know how much
personality
money
makes him hot. Like
he
he's
just know how much
just
money he got.
He's
That's
funny. He's
he has
goofy. I love
money.
it.
It's the money.
but I love that money where they're living. Dr. Nicole, who is a board certified anesthesiologist,
Yes.
is contributing to that shit. Like,
Of
Oh yeah,
course.
it's
that's
not
her
alone,
money.
darling.
Baby,
Do you
they got
think?
money?
Yes.
Let me ask you this:
Wait,
what y'all think longer, his money or his?
Get away from me. Well, he's Cuban, right?
Yeah.
Or
What
Puerto
does that
Rican.
mean? I don't know. What does that mean?
Nothing. Do with that information what you will.
I'm gonna look it up.
no, but
Her little body
is
his
so
cute,
personality is nice. So I do like his
It's
personality.
endearing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that was her little scene. Boom, boom, boom. Anyway,
Just a little thing.
Right.
all right. It was her little one too. Okay. So everyone is getting ready for Larsa's new beginnings party, and Adriana goes to get ready with Julia, who has cut cucumbers and is not using them for the cocktails. She's using them to strategically place all over her face. Totally not weird.
They're not even cut right. They like some of them half cut. I'm like, girl, you could have no. When I see the whole cucumber thing, they at least cut correctly. But yeah, it's not weird. I mean, I don't know, child.
Weird is definitely an insult, and Larsa got it right. Lisa's not in a good mood and is nervous to see Larsa. Larsa invited everyone except for Julia and Adriana to her pre-party at her home because Adriana is a wild card and Julia's a weirdo. Lisa informs Gertie that she got the joke wrong, and she says that it didn't say that about the pimps and hookers and hoes. It only says the OnlyFans girls live in Larsa's building. She wants to tell Larsa before anyone else does. However, then comes Kiki. That sounds like such a show, right? Here's
I love
Kiki.
it.
Okay, anyway. So Kiki arrives at Larsa's first, and Kiki tells Larsa about the joke that Lisa made. However, I don't know if it was edited or not, but I did not see the part where Lisa told Kiki it was a joke. Excuse me, where Kiki told Larsa it was a joke. She just told her what Lisa said. She didn't say it was a joke.
This was a horrible game of telephone. So she didn't even tell her that. She repeated an Instagram post.
Right.
She said, Lisa said your building full of hoes and hookers.
Lisa said that like they're doing bumps and fuck.
Right. It was
I
very
said that's
so
not what was said.
That's why I said Kiki is the villain.
and then Larsa turns it around and said, my building's ghetto. Hold on now, that's not what was said.
So there you have it.
I love it.
Cortez has said that
telephone.
Kiki is his villain this season.
Kiki is the villain, baby, and she further proves it later. When we get to that, for the
Okay.
next part when you keep going.
Not my
Okay.
Kiki.
All right. Wow, Kiki, go ahead and get your mojito, boo. Kiki was in the press recently and said that if she has to take a mojito from her baby, I almost
Yep,
said another word. If she has to take a mojito from one of the ladies, she definitely would do it, and I believe her.
I believe her.
All right. So yeah. So then Larsa hears about the joke, and Larsa is pissed. If Larsa's face could move, oh my God. Um,
Right, if it could move, because
The producers are shady, by the way, of going flashbacks to her old face. I said, and
I
then they
loved
stayed on her old
Larsa's
face. I said,
old face. I just think
she
she
was
could have peaked her
gorgeous.
nose a little bit, but other than that,
It does. I don't know how a surgeon came up with the face she currently has.
where is that face coming? Maybe because she gained weight on it. Because that happens when you have surgery and you gain weight on it. It looks, different. So maybe that's what it is. I mean, and she gained
A
good weight.
new
It's not
lady.
like she's not like
No, yeah,
a
she gained it
hippopotamus. You
everywhere
know what I
except
mean?
her thighs.
Okay.
Everywhere except
Anyway,
her thighs.
all right. Larsa's pissed and says she knows a lot about Lisa and that it's hers, that the house is hers, and Lenny doesn't contribute anything. Blah blah blah. She's going back and forth basically. The girls are arriving, and Alexia is not really feeling Gertie, as we mentioned earlier. Gertie is not planning Alexia's non-wedding wedding because of how Alexia made her feel and the way that she came about her regarding the two parties that happened, which were the Bachelorette and the party for Haiti. Lisa arrives, and Larsa is on fire. Larsa welcomes Lisa to the hood. And while taking, I said, "Oh Lord, Larsa." One thing
Oh,
about Larsa,
that was a let me tell you something, that was very Nene-ish.
Mhm.
It was
Very.
like welcome to
for
the
someone who says they don't like Housewives, they are. She's built for it. There's no doubt about it.
right.
All right, she's built for this engine. Um,
Bad built.
yes. So, while and she paid to be built that way. Anyway, Larsa, while taking the ladies on a tour, Lisa wants to join in, and she does. And she wants to know why Larsa said that comment about the hood. Larsa lets her know that she also looked online, and it's also just quite so funny because Lisa and Lenny rent their home every weekend to pay for their mortgage. Lisa flat out, I cannot, she denies
Vehemently.
it. Yes, vehemently. Vehementl. I want to spell them, but we have a pronunciation. Anyway,
All right, Aquila.
so catch. And so the ladies all know that Lisa rents her home for $40,000 on the weekend, and Lisa is now upset, feels attacked, and leaves. First of all, Lisa Hochstein, you are so effing annoying. And the reason why is because what is that to not admit? Like Lisa has these things, and Lisa is just very much a smoke and mirrors girl. She's a FAB, and that's not fab in the way that you think it is. It's because I'm trying not to cuss, but she's a fake A B. And what is it to admit that yeah, we do it because it's business, and yeah, we have a mortgage, and our mortgage pays itself because we rent a house out every weekend. $40,000 a weekend,
Baby, that's
56
passive
weeks out of the
income.
year. I'm just saying, like, wow, like I would have said, yeah, if you knew anything about business and da 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 da, you would understand what kind of a thing that is. And that's you have a $3 million penthouse in the sky, and we have an $80 million mansion. It's two
And my
different
feet are not
things, love.
online.
And we're not going broke to pay. Ooh, and we're not going broke to pay for that. I don't understand why Lisa cannot tell the truth about anything. She's such a liar, and it is so annoying to me. I ask you.
I ask you. Lisa very much, she is producing her own narrative. She don't care about anybody else. But Lisa has always been this way from the moment that she showed up. She wants to portray that this is, I have the perfect life. That's been her
Yeah, that's what
tagline.
she
My husband
says.
built the perfect wife. And Lisa, you can tell, is one of those people that I think her biggest critic is herself. She makes herself insecure. And all of the things that Larsa's saying about money, about her marriage and stuff like that, that gets to Lisa because there is truth to that. And Lisa absolutely knows that there's truth. Lisa knows that that man did not have an emotional affair. Lisa knows that since they got back together, that man's been checked out. Lisa watched back last season and saw the way Lenny interacted with her on camera, the way Lenny grimaced every single time he had to be around her. Like, obviously, Lisa is a very insecure woman, and that makes me very, very sad that rather than saying, you know what, I have no idea what the fuck's going on over there. My husband has iced me out. I don't know where I stand right now. And actually be a relatable character. She is desperately trying to hold on to like, there is nothing wrong. Meanwhile, the rest of us are like, nothing?
So
Nothing?
Want to be, relatable, who has always been very
superficial
and fake. I mean, like you said, her tagline, perfect life. No, anybody that perceives their life as perfect are like usually the ones that are like having a lot of shit going on in their damn house. And I feel like with Lisa, she probably could have admitted to that and says that her house is rented out for whatever business. But I believe the fact that Larsa used it as an insult, I think that's why she didn't want to admit to it, because you know what I'm saying? I mean, it makes sense. Like, you don't want to, she doesn't want to see anybody see, like, she don't want anyone to think she has anything less than perfect, right?
Yeah.
And so the moment where somebody's trying to attack it, whether it's true or false, I mean, just deny. I guess. Yeah. I don't think it's right. Maybe that's her mentality. But like you said, clearly everything that's going on, she knows. And I personally, so my issue here is with Larsa. And it's just because I understand, like, insult, hit hard, they go low, you go lower. Woo! But in this moment, I don't know if I would have went that route.
She's so mean.
Larsa is mean. And that's the thing. Like, I hate to, because I don't want you can't control anyone's narratives or anything like that, what they say, but she is so mean. It's so
but she's always been this way. Lisa knows that about her. So Lisa, why?
You know what though?
Why?
Remember
that lady's gonna drag you.
Jamie, remember Larsa was like one of the first. She was the first Real Housewife that wanted to like get into a knockdown drag out fight with Mama Elsa. Like, who wants to fight
over
with like an alien? Like, she was like hot. Like, so she is very mean. And it also, I hate that she's always going to be lumped in to this forever, but she was best friends with Kim Kardashian. And so if they're best friends for that long, is Kim that mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, just a lot of questions.
You don't get successful by being nice.
Right. Well, that's my theory on that whole situation. But I don't know. It was a weird exchange. Lisa didn't know what the fuck she was doing. I'm sorry. So I mean,
absolutely, she deserved it.
Girl, you kind of did. You if you were going to clear it up, you should have cleared it up right after it fucking happened.
Yeah,
somebody was gonna go tell. That's why you called one person. You just didn't call the right person.
That's why she offered Kiki. I can take you home, girl. I'm gonna take you home. Let's go.
We got to get into that because that is hilarious to me. But listen, as much as Lisa wants to point out that Larsa is still upset from New York, Lisa is too. Larsa embarrassed her and talked to her like she was a less than, beneath her. And I would have had to pull rank on Larsa in that moment and be like, "Girl, please, I held this show down when you left, and now you're back, and you may want to keep it cute." Boo, you get like I'm just saying, like the fact that Lisa didn't know her power in that moment is crazy, and Lisa should have come back on this season with her issues, yes, but also say, I have a problem with you, Larsa, because the way you spoke to me in New York is not that of a friend. And since you're that girl, then why are you staying with the hookers and the hoes? Are you a hooker and a hoe? Like, come for her, Lisa. She just she is everything that I despise.
What's going on with Lenny? That's how you know she knows what's going on with Lenny. She's taking out all of that energy that should be reserved to her home situation. And she's letting that shit fuck her up, which is why I kind of feel sorry for her, even though she's insufferable and she put herself into this situation.
I feel like her for what she's going through, but I definitely think she's turning a blind eye.
Oh, and absolutely. You are a willing participant at this point.
Know what he's doing, but she knows that he's checked out. Imagine being in a relationship or being anything with somebody that does not necessarily have the same love for you that they once had. I think
you always know when energy shifts. There's always something. You always know
when the energy shifts, when the patterns change. You feel that, and that's what I think she's going through in her mind.
But you would know that you would not be that way or not feel that way if you were self-made and you worked your whole life and you could know that this man came, but I could work again and I could do it again.
She
Boom.
doesn't have that. She's the only one in that
Boom.
cast who don't
Never
have
be
that.
Boom.
able,
Boom.
she'll never be able
Boom.
to do what she got with him. But I mean, I'm sorry. I said she'll never be able to, but it's going to be a challenge to get that type of life that she has
She
without
must
him.
have signed a crummy prenup because no way. No, I'm not living without you.
That's crazy.
That prenup must be horrible. She has two of his children, and I think she should be fine. She's going to adjust to her new life. I'm sure Peacock is not paying like Bravo did, but someone likes Lisa, and she can figure out something. And I hope that you do, sister, because you're going out real bad, real sad.
Mm.
Girl.
So Lisa is upset with Kiki for telling Larsa what she said, and says that she told her in the car not to say anything, and even offered Kiki a ride, which Kiki still accepts. He was like,
Lucky.
"I offered you a ride." Kiki said, "And I'm still gonna get in the car with you, girl, but I ain't accept my dog."
I love that Kiki said, "Yeah," and I took it.
Yeah.
And
I
I
mean,
accept it.
if she really did tell Kiki not to say nothing, Kiki was wrong. I don't care what the hell Alexia said by saying she was no. Like I hate when people, housewives, anybody try to say I didn't want. Like I get it, you want to be your friend, but if I did it and I tell you don't say shit and we're supposed to be cool and you go and no, you're wrong.
Yeah.
You may be right
At
to
the
them.
very least,
Go
Cortez,
ahead.
I was gonna say, at the very least, tell what actually happened. Girl, she
Yeah,
said you stayed with the hookers and the hoes. No
right.
mention of a joke. No mention of a like what? Marisol had to come and clarify that it was a joke on Instagram. Larsa at that time was already seeing where it and did not care.
Yeah,
But
didn't
yeah,
give
I
nothing.
agree.
Yeah.
And then Lisa want to attack Marisol. You told him. Marisol was like, like, come on, Marisol,
I
stand
told
up.
what Kiki said, but I clarified it. She had to let's be very clear.
Marisol didn't even clear it up that
At all.
Kiki at first. She was just like, yeah, it was already. She basically it was already out there, so I cleared it up.
Yeah.
So anything she should have been thanking Marisol because had Marisol not got involved, it would have just looked like
It would have been worse.
hookers and hoes in this building, all in this building.
This whole
It would have been
building.
worse. Yeah. So you know, Kiki had to make sure Kiki mom. I know my mom used to always say, "Baby, never leave your ride." Child, I used to hold my argument in. And my ride made me mad. Like when we was that up, girl, I was the girl. Tomorrow I am gonna cut you
Girl,
out.
she said
And I
she
gotta get
basically
home
you
tonight.
got no damn car, bitch. You would have had to walk one for me.
And okay, Kiki was acting like Lisa was gonna take her back to Haiti. She did that car ride.
Stop. Stop.
A car ride is a
Not
car
my
ride. I get
Kiki.
it, girl.
Not my
I love
Kiki.
Kiki, but Kiki was definitely gonna get back to the house, and she had to make that right. So, Lisa says that Kiki found her voice, and she needs to zip it. But Kiki maintains that it would be fake of her not to tell Larsa. Larsa says that she earned her shit, unlike Lisa. And Lisa says that she wasn't with her husband since she was 21, and she had to work hard for everything that she has. Larsa doesn't want to hear it because Lisa leans on Lenny all day and night. Adriana and Julia arrive at the Olive Ranch, and Larsa's not really ready to forget what happened. Larsa says that Lisa needs to move on and she wants to take shots, but Lisa is still talking about the incident as if she's not the one who started this whole situation to begin with. The group goes to take their shots, and Lisa again is still talking about the fight. Jill Zarin appears because it's Jill Zarin.
I don't know how the hell that happened.
It's just there. There's a lot of Real Housewives in New York
How?
and South Florida for the end of the year. Throughout the year. And so Julia, meanwhile, is carrying a conversation with another man and with her boobs out, and I'm sure that Martina would not be pleased. Adriana tells Larsa that she wants to start over, and Larsa says, if she said anything to hurt Adriana, she really didn't mean it because she truly, to the core of her, deep down inside of her, all the way to the bottom, has a really good heart. Where are we at with this, guys?
I mean, as far as for one, Larsa girl Larsa was paying the fuck out of Lisa. To me, Larsa wasn't even upset anymore. I think she was fine.
She really wasn't.
that
Yeah.
she had gotten Lisa back with her word. Lisa was livid. And
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
she was enjoying that. And that's why she was like, let's take shots. Because even the point when they were at the bar, Lisa was talking to Gertie, I think, and then she was
Poor
like,
Gertie.
and Larsa, and then Lisa, then Larsa was like, shots, like, girl, shut the fuck up, take this shot. Lisa was livid, so I mean, she started it, but in this moment, let's say, for example, let's say that Kiki hadn't said anything. Do you think that Lisa would have actually talked to Larsa?
No.
Nope. I think because it was on camera and it happened, yes. I do think that she would have said something,
Okay.
but I think it would have been like, she would have tried to like very much Lisa Hochstein it. Is it Hochstein or
Well, but
Hochstein?
even like the footage, it wasn't bad. Like she prefaced it saying, "Did y'all see this post that somebody made accusing Larsa of this?" Like, yeah, you shouldn't have brought it up on camera. It was shady as hell, but like,
It was bad, Jamie.
I don't know.
It was bad because you brought it up. You brought it up on the camera.
Yeah.
And you were still mad from New York. It was loaded. It wasn't just that joke. It was loaded. It was the
Every
sentiment
single thing
behind
that
you
they say
making
is
that joke
loaded.
on camera. Well, I'm just saying. So then
Yeah.
Lisa own it. It was loaded. It wasn't. If it was a joke, you would. If it was a joke, you know what you would have did? You would have politely copied it and sent it to your group chat or sent it to Larsa the regular. Be like, girl, look what they said about your building. Right, but you went on the camera and you said it in the front of the girl.
Yeah, I agree.
Sorry, Lisa. You bad.
But honestly,
bad
that argument was not that bad for Lisa to be carrying on the whole night, ruining everybody's
that's what
night.
Larsa was trying to say. I think Larsa wanted a good.
That's what Larsa
episode.
was trying to say.
Yeah,
Larsa had won the argument.
Absolutely. If Larsa had lost the argument, Larsa would not have put it to bed.
Exactly. And Larsa had the upper hand because it was her event. Lisa was trying to leave. She had already pissed Lisa off. It was done. Like she hit Lisa right
and
where
producer Gertie was like, no, we're coming back. Come on, we still got 3 hours.
Listen, not Marla. What's the lady's name? Larsa was like, "Girl, you leaving?
Right.
Come here and get a drink, yeah. You know that ain't your damn house. Come here and get a drink." Lisa Hochstein. Oh my God, honey.
I appreciate it. I don't know. This was one of the only times that I will side with Larsa, because at that point it's just like, girl, please, like, still, like, if you're mad, leave. If you're not gonna, like, girl, it is what it is. It is what it is. If I was Lisa, I would have been like, let it go. Like, yeah, I talked some shit about you. You got your lick in. Like, let's not do this. Let's not do this. You guys. Because both of them have shit on each other. Like, don't do this. You already know Larsa don't mind.
Larsa definitely
has time.
Now listen, Gertie tells Alexia that she was hurt, and all of a sudden some random woman comes up and Alexia immediately checks out of the conversation, and Gertie says this is a prime example of how Alexia treats her. Lisa is again talking about Kiki and how mad she is at Kiki, and how mad that Kiki told Larsa. What? How mad? Whoa. Okay, how mad Lisa is that Kiki told Larsa what Lisa said out of her own two. Let me not say that because that's not nice. Out of her own two lips. Yes. So then Lisa finally admits that she's on her period when the ladies notice that Adriana and Larsa are besties and having fun at the picture booth, and Lisa's crying to anyone who will listen. Lisa's now cooking dinner and discovers that she's locked out of the wine cellar as we move on to the next day. Excuse me, the party's over. We move on to the next day. So Lisa's
that was a weird transition, by the way, even in episode. That was a very weird transition in episode.
I thought it was over. I was like, oh, that was a great first episode. Oh, dinner. Okay. So Lisa's cooking porridge for the family, and she discovers that she's locked.
It was borscht.
Not porridge.
Oh, correct. Put porridge. Borscht.
Grit.
It was something.
I don't know what it was.
Autocorrect put porridge.
I don't know.
It was called borscht.
Yeah, it was. I don't know what that shit was.
You know what it looked like? You know what it looked like? It looked like
no, don't get
salad. No, I'm not. It is like boiled salad. You know, with like the onion and the carrot and the lettuce. Like somebody had boiled like a Red Lobster salad or something. Anyway, she discovers she's locked out of the wine cellar. Lisa goes to pry the door open, and Lenny annoyingly asks her to stop. That lady get on Lenny's nerves so bad. Anyway,
So bad.
he was like, "Could you not? That's glass, you idiot." While having dinner, and she didn't know. Anyway, she just didn't know it was glass. While having dinner, Lenny is texting and getting up from the table in the middle of her conversation to check and make sure that the wine cellar is now open, as that was an issue. And then we move on to 3 weeks later and 5 weeks later as we preview upcoming scenes from the demise of Lisa's marriage. Um, so very heavy Lisa towards the end. We have already talked about how we feel about the Lisa and Kiki thing, but is the writing on the wall and evident at this dinner scene in the first episode? What do you
It was
guys
in
think?
last season.
Last season. Same shit.
It was.
Honestly, I'm just surprised that Lenny has been so brazen with wanting to film
Yeah,
while
yeah.
obviously hating his wife.
Yeah.
Like at that point, this man do not care.
Yeah.
No, he wants her out of that pocket. That's what he wants. Anything I got to do.
Absolutely.
So if you want me to be mean to you on camera too, I guess I'll do it.
I guess I can do that. Because you know that he's probably meaner to her off camera. And
Oh
the
my
fact
God,
that
absolutely. He thought he was off camera in one of the scenes that we'll discuss a little later.
oh
He
no,
thought
I
he
think
was
he
off.
knew what was on camera.
He knew?
That man does not care. That man does not care.
Jeez.
The way he yelled at her about that wine fridge. And the
No, what she was
911.
actually listen, I feel bad for that later scene, but I actually, why are you pulling on the door? You like stop being like, come on.
No, but I don't think that was.
It's
It's like she's trying to get in the fucking wine thing. Like, I mean,
You gonna break the glass door to do it?
she
well,
was.
but
She wasn't.
all she did was pull it. All she
Right,
did
she
was
was
pull
not
it.
going to break it.
But it's one of those situations where I already do not like you. So
exactly.
everything that you do
right.
aggravates me.
Exactly. Like
Poor thing.
Lisa is dumb as a rock. Yes, she is. However, that is his wife. Okay, he married her dumb as a rock self 12 years ago. And so, if she wants to pull on glass that's not going to separate when it clearly is locked, then let her do it. You ain't got to yell out like a child. Just saying.
So what? Oh, so what you're saying is he wanted to say at that dinner, "Gosh, I hate you. I wish I could be with my real family." And then
now he wanted to do what's his name did to Sheila. On
not Big Sheila.
Because now Lisa is nobody's Sheila. Lisa's nobody's Sheila.
What I will say is Lenny liked that dog better than he liked Lisa and his kids. Lenny hates everything about his life right now except the dog.
And we'll talk about that in episode 4.
You know what's so sad about this to me, and this is just the fact that he couldn't even have kids at one point.
Yeah,
that's what's sad to me. Is like, she really wanted kids, regardless of her being very superficial. She really was invested in his life outside of the money because Lenny's not attractive. Sorry, she let that man do whatever.
Them hair plugs is horrible.
She let that man do whatever to her face. She really built her whole little situation, and then it's just like, boom. But yeah,
and he made her feel like shit for not being able to have kids.
He did.
Like that was a whole storyline.
He was not nice about it. He wasn't
at all.
So but people will only do what you allow. He already showed his hand, and she should have probably seen it then. She shouldn't have had them damn kids, to be honest. But I'm happy she's probably blessed that she has them. I'll say
like
that.
she didn't have them for the same reasons Ashley Darby. She didn't have them for the same reasons Ashley Darby had hers. So yeah, she's totally like not there in the head.
Correct.
Anyway,
all right, episode 2.
All right, you guys, we're 48 hours before Alexia's Miami non-wedding wedding, and Alexia is doing the walkthrough of the venue. We then go to Julia's farm where Adriana comes to visit. The farm is Juliana's happy place. However, Martina is enjoying life on the beach as a single. Is enjoying life on the beach. They're living separately.
Being the stud that she is.
Because baby, Ric Flair don't have nothing on Martina. Okay, Martina
is around there in she around there sagging with some clothes on. She's
baby, that hair dry as can be, bitch. Tumbleweed.
I just really feel like Martina's having like those sexy parties that Quagmire has, and is like walking around with a cigar. And the brother's like, hey, hey, hey.
Now she knocking the
Everybody be
girls
quiet.
down at Dinah Shore. She is knocking the girls
Hey,
down at
oh,
Dinah Shore.
absolutely. That's Martina. Serve them up, never to Lova. Anyway, Martina is always gone on the road, and Julia is lonely. I actually think that now they realize they don't have anything in common but their love for children.
Well, Martina didn't want kids, did she? Julia
Hey, I
says
don't
that.
know.
She was like, I want more kids. And Martina was like, absolutely not. I've already
I
raised
don't,
yours.
but Martina wanted to like live in her golden years and just have
Yeah.
fun and travel, and that's what she wants. And Julia refuses to be that because that's not what Julia wants. And I think that they're going to have to make some decisions coming soon.
I think after seeing this, I think Martina signed up for the Housewives and really encouraged Julia to do it because she probably thought
They
that
get
would
rid of
put
her.
Julia, not get rid of her, but would force Julia to be more social and get out of the house and go to events. Martina really does strike me as the woman she likes to be out. She likes to be seen. She's not a homebody. She's a professional athlete. I'm not going to sit around the house once I'm retired and watch some TV. Like, I'm going to go now. I worked for my money. Let me go enjoy it. And I think maybe she
That
thought, but Julia's still
sucks.
happy to be barefoot in some overalls, milking a cow in her mouth.
That sucks, Jamie, because imagine you getting on Housewives to make your wife more social and to get her out of the farm. And
And
what
all
if
she
she
want to
just
do is spend
goes
time
and
with you.
turns? Oh no, but wait, and in turn, instead of her getting out of the farm, she invites the housewives to the farm.
Into
I'd be
the
like, what?
God damn it.
She just, you know, what's that? What don't you get?
Well,
What's
you
not
know what?
clicking?
That's something you just shouldn't be doing. You can't change people. They show this. You can't change people.
Yeah.
And I'm sure by now it didn't take all this time to know that they lady want to be milking cows and selling eggs to the damn farmers market. I'm just
selling eggs.
It's almost like a rocket scientist to see another Julia or
Adopting
Martina.
fucking wayward dogs and calves.
Now don't do that. Don't do the
That's
people.
probably why she likes Adriana near her. Adriana is so like out there, but Julia just won't pick up that energy. She just
It
gonna be
At
lightens her
all.
up, I guess.
At
Yeah.
all.
All
Julia
right, you
thought she was
guys.
marrying a model. And Julia said, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
A model for the National Farmers Association of America.
Not AARP.
I'm weak.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
4-H.
But that's what she married. Now Lisa links with Gertie, while Larsa links with Kiki. Alexia also joins Lisa and Gertie, and if this is not obvious that production wants these two to have this fight and get it over with, and they continue to refuse to do so. Kiki is like, oh my
I'm like,
God.
can y'all just cut each other
Y'all
out?
just fucking talk. Damn.
Yeah.
They refuse to do it. So Kiki reveals that Lisa unfollowed her, and Alexia feels that Larsa can be very mean and that the punishment didn't fit the crime. And I can understand where that's coming from because, listen, Larsa went hard. Gertie tells Alexia that she hurt her feelings by comparing her charity event for Haiti and her brother's honor to a bachelorette party at the Versace mansion with some decorative napkins. Alexia says that she wasn't comparing the meaning, but she was comparing the actual aesthetic, and Gertie is not buying it. Alexia said that she thought that it was because Gertie was full of herself after making Vogue as the best party planner of the year or whatever. And Alexia, definitely could not have another girl getting no kind of shine. What y'all think about that?
I think
I'm not here
think
for
that's spot
Alexia.
on.
I think
That's
it's
pretty spot on.
bullshit.
Oh.
I feel so okay. So Alexia said that she wasn't coming for the meaning. I mean, regardless of like the point of it all is that you're comparing this event to this event. What she had, it was a bachelorette thing. Like you said, was some fucking. She didn't do anything at that event.
She put a bunch of blow up dinglings around the Versace mansion. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Really quick, the flashback to Kiki with the tits saying,
right.
how do you immediately? I was like, oh Lord.
We all knew how much that event meant to Gertie,
Kiki,
right?
Yeah, or Gertie, yeah.
Gertie. So I mean, I think that's probably where she comes from, not Kiki.
Don't.
I think that's where it comes from. But Alexia, to me, this whole thing, I side with Gertie. I'm sorry, I do. I just
She is wrong. Why she just can't admit she's wrong?
This is
Alexia is
another
an
reason,
Alexia land.
But when she made the
Alexia,
comment
listen.
about the whole like Vogue
Listen.
thing, no, you thought that because she had made some accomplishment in Vogue that she was too like that's your thought. Don't try to make it seem like Because honestly, Gertie doesn't give that. Like, she was trying to help you at the beginning. She was already a successful party planner, event planner when you met her. That's why you wanted to work with her, right? So Vogue or whatever, like, let's not try to make it. No, I think in that moment, Alexia, because what I will say, Alexia, it seemed like she did not know. So that is fault on Gertie for not telling her sooner because it lingered so long. So, in that moment, I don't fault Alexia for not knowing. But once she found out, I think the most appropriate thing would be like, oh no, like I didn't mean it like that. I apologize. But to throw out the whole Vogue thing, I was like, oh girl. No.
Yeah. I couldn't be on Alexia's side with this. Like, the whole thing would have been squashed if Alexia said, like, I'm so fucking sorry. Like you said, I'm so sorry. That is not what I meant for you to get from that. I meant I wanted it to be more this and not a red. Like, squash it. Alexia does not listen. She doesn't listen. It's been apparent in seasons before. Like, that's her downfall. I love her to death, but like, girl, stop. You don't have to win the argument. Just listen to what the other person is telling you. And Gertie has every right to be upset. Because if I was throwing a benefit for my brother and his family who passed away, like, any little negative thing that you say to me, I'm taking that personally. Like, regardless if you meant it that way or not.
And you know what? Sometimes this really makes me wish that, like, The Real Housewives was a scripted series in the vein of like Everybody Hates Chris or like a cartoon like Family Guy, because I could really just picture Alexia thumbing through Vogue and coming across that spread and saying, "This bitch thinks she all that," and that's how Alexia came up with that. Gertie thinks that she's all that. I mean, it's an amazing accomplishment, and it does not give me that you congratulated her. You were hating. You're a hater.
That little thing let me know Alexia feels a little bit threatened that Gertie's getting some shine, and I was like, "Ooh, Alexia, this is not a good look. This is not a good look on you."
Yeah.
All right, you guys. So Nicole meets with her mother, and her mom wants Nicole to try again with her father. Nicole is still upset about her father showing up drunk to their meeting a year ago last season. Her mom thinks that she's too hard on everyone and often leaves Nicole's home in tears over the way that she treats her, and that Nicole is actually just like her dad. And I think that was the peek into the real Nicole. Nicole is a mean lady. She is of wealth now and of status, and I think that she does definitely need to speak to a professional, as she said, that maybe she should, get a therapist. You definitely should get a therapist to deal with these childhood issues. I think it is also a peek into why she cheated on her husband with her partner, allegedly, or whatever it was. Because even though her partner is fun and all of those things, they seem like, how can I put it?
Wait, you talking about Nicole, right?
Nicole, yes.
Okay.
They seem like douchebags in a sense. Like,
I didn't read into that. Nicole,
they
we saw
don't.
from season one. She's
No.
very straightforward. Right off the bat, when Larsa was talking about her OnlyFans, Nicole was like, "Ooh, that ain't me."
I'm talking about her life choices, not the group choices. I'm talking about
what life choices?
her life choices, like the choice in husband, which is a fabulous, phenomenal choice. But he does come. They come off like like hoity-toity in a sense, without trying to be. Does that make like?
I will say they are, and he kind of, even the comment he made about Larsa, they seem to be a bit judgmental. Know.
Yes. Hoity. They're hoity.
And so is she. She kind of showed that last season. But I don't think that she's mean. I think that she has that trauma. And I think that, she has all the scars and stuff from her father in the past, to where she has built, an exterior that is very tough. I felt her when her mom said that she leaves her house crying. I felt bad for her. But I mean, at the same time, I don't, the thing she's been through has probably made her that way. I don't think she's a mean person. Mean is Larsa. I don't see mean in Nicole. You know what I'm saying? She's just kind of like, it's given. This is who y'all made me be.
But then you have to do the work, Cortez.
Oh, I agree. I agree with that, but I don't. I think
why is she the only one?
Right, I agree.
Maybe that daddy needs
her dad. Her dad is a problem. Her dad is a problem, and I think
two things can be right at the same time. She can not want her daddy around and not be ready to forgive him, and she can also perpetrate that same cycle of dismissiveness that her father gave to her on the other people. Two things can be right at the same time. So I think it was good that her mother said, I don't think her mother
That was a revelation for her.
expressed
I don't
it.
think she
Oh, absolutely.
thought that.
Now, if she was mean, she wouldn't have started crying and saying like, no, like you could tell that hurt her, and that was a realization of
It was the
like,
first time she
I
heard
didn't know that I was coming off.
She
Yeah.
cried because she was mean to her mama. That's who pulls the heartstring for her. She don't give a damn about her daddy, but her mama, she
But
did
see,
not.
Oh,
no, but see,
because the mama hasn't done anything.
she didn't know that she was being mean.
Yeah.
I think it hurt her for her mom to say like, "I go home crying," because these are things she didn't know. Anyway, at least
Yeah.
I don't think so. So I think going forward after hearing that, I think she will work on it with her mom or in
Yeah.
general, but with her dad, I think it's going to be a rocky ride.
Yeah. I mean, she was crying last season at that dinner with her dad. Like,
But
she
she
started
has
crying.
love.
Like, why are you like?
But you know, listen, yes, I understand that he is a lot. He is. I'm not negating that fact. But Nicole has a definite issue with people not being the way that she perceives them to be, or that she would want them to be. You get what I'm saying? When, you know, in all actuality, you take people for who they are and then you relate to them. And that's how you build a relationship. So you could be a certain way and I might not always necessarily agree with it. And then it's up to me whether I choose or not, choose to pursue the relationship or not. So she's going to have to make some decisions, but she's also going to have to come to grips that her father is not going to be the cookie cutter person that she wants him to be. This is her dad, and this is who
Well,
he is.
but she's
and
made
once
the
he stopped, hold on,
decision.
wait. But no, she has not really, because
She
once
said,
you
"I
stop
don't
trying
want
to
to hang with my dad." Everybody else
once
is
you
saying
stop
she
trying
has
to change, once you stop trying to change him, then you can accept him for who he fully is and then make the decision. And I still think that she wants him to be the way that she wants him to be, and that is not who he is.
That man sat up there and said, "I'm having more kids because I feel like I
He
want
was
to try again."
wrong.
And he don't want to have no kind of relationship. If your daddy sat up there and said, "I really don't care to have a
That's
relationship
her.
with you, but I'm
Listen,
having more kids," do you want to hang out
but
with your daddy?
Jamie, honestly, no, I wouldn't. And let me tell you something, because I haven't spoken to my father since I was 9 years old, and he has had more children, and he takes care of those children. So I absolutely
Good for
forget
him.
it. I mean, don't forget it. Good for him, but it's not good for me. That's something I deal with every
Absolutely.
day. However, I know that that is who he is, and it is up to me how I choose to relate to that. You get what I'm saying?
Well, see,
And so I think
and it-
that
I'll say this. I feel like with situations like that, like I get what you're saying, but we can't force her to accept him who he is. Like that's, I mean, father or any in general. Like if she, like we said, she's judgmental. She creates. She likes to create what I guess what she wants someone to come off or be perceived as. So realistically,
yes,
her dad is not where she wants her to want him to be. And so that's just how she's going to view him. I don't think it's
Yeah.
going to change.
And she has every right to do
There's
that.
nothing to-
We say
Yes,
every
she
day,
does.
don't let people in your peace.
I don't think she has to accept that. If
She
that's not what
doesn't.
she likes, it's unfortunate, but that's just what it
I don't
is.
want him in my house. I don't want him
I
in my
just
house.
don't think
I
that.
don't want him
I
around my
think that.
kids.
And y'all are right, but I don't think that that's necessarily her slant. I think that she feels the type of way that she feels because she wants him to be something that he isn't.
But what do
Does
you
that make
think
sense?
she wants him to be?
A good
She
dad.
wants him to. Absolutely.
A
She
good
wants.
dad.
She wants him to be what she feels is a good father, and that's not saying that she is wrong,
That is
but that is
long
not who that man.
There is
That's right, but that's not who that man is.
What I'm
So
saying is
once you acknowledge
there's
that,
nothing he could do in this moment other than stop drinking to be a father to her, because that time, honestly, to be a father is gone.
Yeah.
well,
And
he's not gonna stop
unfortunately,
drinking.
she's stuck as that little girl who needs her dad.
Correct.
So without therapy, like you said, Chase, like, but the thing is, it's got to be frustrating to be in your mind saying, I don't want to have anything to do with this man because he's not what I need him to be or not what I want him to be. And then you got everybody else saying, but you need to forgive that and try to build a relationship. I absolutely do the fuck not.
I will
In
give
any way,
Nicole
shape, or
this.
form.
It's got to be harder knowing that you could have a relationship and whatever with your father and he's doing these things and all that. For me, I haven't seen him or spoken to him, so I don't have that. So for me, on one hand, it is kind of hard, but it's really, really easy to not be there
Yeah.
because that's just not the nature of our relationship. If my daddy was around saying these things to me, then it probably would be a little bit different. So I understand. I just think she got to do the work, and we're not professionals, but we definitely have an
I
opinion.
am.
That's why we lean in.
Listen,
You're not.
I'm a doctor.
Yeah, I wanted an easy bake oven so bad. I never got one.
Ooh, not you mad.
Still mad at my mama for that, but I love her.
I wanted one too.
I want an easy bake oven so
I use
bad.
my
But you
sister.
told her you wanted one?
Yeah, she said.
I never told my mama I wanted one.
No, I told her.
But I would, if we're gonna
Let's
go there
unpack
in this
that.
Christmas
Let's
time,
unpack
let's talk
that.
about
That's something
Let's talk
half-assed.
about how I told my mama I wanted a Sega Saturn for Christmas, and it was a gift under the tree, and I knew for a fact that it was my Sega Saturn, and that was the first gift I opened up on Christmas. And guess what the F it was? Remember
You
those?
need to make
You know,
up.
will I think they're using it now? No, it really wasn't, because I would have been even happier. Um, you know those when they work out in the '90s? I think they're using them again now. The step.
Not the step. I'm
She
weak.
got you
It
a
was a
step up.
step, and I thought that's well. It wasn't for her. It wasn't for me. It was for her. And I was like, "This is not my Sega Saturn." She said, "Oh, baby, I don't know why you thought I was getting that." Anyway,
How do we get here?
Right.
He didn't get his easy make oven.
Childhood
Somebody
trauma.
send me a Sega Saturn now. Make sure that you guys continue to lean in. We're almost done with episode 2. Thank you for rocking with us. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, all of the things, order some merch, and watch us on Mondays and watch us on Wednesday. Okay. With that being said, Gertie is doing a cover for Retreat magazine in bikinis, and she is absolutely nervous. Larsa comes to provide support, and after the shoot, Gertie asks Larsa about her wrath, and Larsa totally cops to it, saying that, yeah, she is mean, and that's only because all of my life I had to fight. Larsa, please, buzz off, okay? It's the day of the wedding, and Gertie sends a lovely bouquet of flowers and a handwritten message to Alexia, and Alexia feels like of all of the things that she could send her, flowers, but thanks. What
Alexia
a
wants a
bitch.
problem with her. Alexia's what's the problem with her. You're mad that she sent the assistant email. Now you're mad she sent a handwritten note. Alexia, just say that you want to fight with her.
I don't like them.
Just say you want to fight. But I don't think either of them really have an issue with each other. Like they just
Oh,
need to fight.
Alexia's got an issue with her. Alexia got an
Just
issue with her.
fight.
Alexia wanted with Gertie. She wanted, and you know what? I think that like wanting it with Gertie is like really like not OG of you, because like everybody knows, Gertie may put up a fight, but Gertie is not no brawler. She's not no alley cat. You know what I'm saying? And so
Well,
you want to pick a fight with Gertie, like please.
I mean, she was fighting with production. That's what I heard.
They said the people say she was fighting with production and showed her ass down for that restaurant, allegedly. And they say that Gertie is the biggest diva off camera. And so that's what the people say. But on camera, Gertie is not giving that. And so for you to still do it, unless you're going to expose her for being a fake A, B, unless you're going to expose her for being fab, then can it, Larsa? Excuse me, Alexia, I'm over you.
Don't do that ever again.
I'm over her.
I don't really have anything for that whole thing, honestly. Between
I'm
Alexia,
over her.
yeah.
All right. So, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I the whole flowers thing. She was flower. It's just it's crazy how you can want somebody to work with you and you praise them for their work, but then now every time you're in a professional, you're like trashing their work in a sense. To me, that's
Real crazy.
hey, I get it. You're mad. We say things, but damn, you know what I mean? She comes for everything this lady's doing for but you once wanted her to play. You really wanted her to plan your stuff, but I mean, I guess you got your boat party.
It don't even need to be all that. It really don't need to be all that. Like, Alexia, come on. God damn.
Yeah.
Larsa is the villain. We all should be turning on Larsa. It's Larsa!
It's actually Alexia looking like
It's
the mayor of
Alexia.
It's Alexia looking like the mayor of Whoville. Anyway,
Okay.
anyway. Alexia and Marisol talk about their mothers who have both passed, and it was really just a heart-wrenching scene. I really like that. Alexia is now with Todd, and Peter arrives. Their relationship is in a better place as they've gone from not speaking at all to barely speaking. And Alexia,
Forward motion.
oh boy, these Real Housewives of Miami know how to shovel it, don't they? And Peter has definitely grown in the last year that we've seen him. Not buying it. Earlier, Lisa told Gertie that Lenny won't be there because their sitter canceled, and Marisol is not buying it. Are you guys buying it? Is he with the churn, or is he with his other churn?
He with both of them.
No, oh no. Okay, and that was the lean, and we thank you for leaning in, and we'll be back with 3 and 4. Oh my God, that's gross. It's not gross, but it's gross. Anyway, wow.
You made him lose
That
his
is
spot,
not something.
Cortez.
That's nothing. That's nothing that I thought. I didn't even consider that. Not you getting a churn together. Oh, okay. Anyway, everything is going well, and Lisa, everything is going well at the wedding, and Marisol urges Lisa and Larsa to go to the side and hash things out. Lisa maintains that she is super hurt. Lisa says that Larsa was fighting dirty, and Larsa denies that she ever was fighting dirty. She was just speaking facts. Um, Lisa says that she does not have a mortgage, and Larsa adds that Lisa says that she doesn't have a mortgage, and Larsa says that you know of.
Ooh,
Oh,
ooh, ooh,
nasty work, girl. Nasty work. Go
ooh.
ahead, Miss Larsa. Get that bitch. Anyways, Larsa says that it's public knowledge, and Lisa says, well, if that's public knowledge, and we're just believing everything that we hear and read, is it true that you stole someone's husband? Oh, I said, all right, Lisa.
Ooh,
Lisa came to the wedding
ooh.
not to celebrate. She came to fight. And then Lisa says that she cannot let it go because that she feels that she's still being punished from New York. Lisa says, excuse me, Lisa then calls Lenny and tells him about what happened. And Lenny doesn't care because he's with his mistress. I mean to say he's with the kids. And he's saying that, handle it. So Lisa then hangs up with Lenny and tells everyone who will listen that Larsa needs to walk the plank, and she says it over and over again
So
until someone
weird.
finally laughs. And then once they laugh, she lets it go. Wow, Lisa is annoying. She is so fucking annoying. Lisa,
Oh. And she
I'm
thought she
sorry, she's
ate that
annoying.
up too. In her head, she ate that up. She said,
She was
"She
like,
can walk the
she was
plank.
like,
Can she walk the plank? Is there a plank?"
she was like, yeah, she was like, walk the plank. And nobody laughed. She was like, walk the plank. And nobody laughed. She was like, walk the plank. And they were like, oh, girl. She was like,
Finally,
ah.
somebody, I think Gertie was like, oh, like,
Gertie was so tired
Oh,
of
you know
her.
who laughed the loudest? You know who laughed the loudest?
who?
Nicole. And I was like, girl, you so girl.
She did laugh.
I love Nicole.
Nicole, sister, Nicole. I like
She's
Nicole too, but sister.
you're mean. You just
She,
called her
and go
mean.
back here. I want everybody to pause this show right now where we're at. Go back and watch that clip and see how fake, how bad, and how loud Nicole fake laughed at that moment. It
She
is so
she
cringeworthy.
said,
So she's like, the plank, not the plank, the
I
plank. Anyway,
I was like, girl, somebody please laugh because this lady is trying to.
"Please, my God."
I, she's like, Anywho, so there is no plank on the boat. So Lisa has to suck that one up.
I feel like you didn't have to disclose that.
I mean, in case Lisa's watching, she was the only one who didn't know. Lisa stays in an $80 million home with no mortgage on Miami Beach. Now, I've seen Lisa face, and if that's the work Lenny doing, they definitely got to rent that
There's a
house out for
mortgage.
40,000 a weekend. I'm sorry, no tea, no shade. All of this is at Alexia's non-wedding wedding. Lisa goes to the bathroom with Gertie and says that Larsa is jealous and that she's sorry that Larsa's life didn't go the way that she planned, but that Lisa's did. And Gertie feels that there's
Mm.
way more to this than Larsa and something else is going on. So at this point, none of the girls are buying it. There's something else going on. Either Lenny's cheating on her or she has had the longest period in period history. And then the episode concludes with more gripping footage of Lisa and Lenny's demise of their marriage. And we're done with episode 2. Final thoughts, guys.
I find it so crazy that Lisa and Larsa are literally two kept women fighting over who was kept the least.
The least
Like
kept.
I'm just like both for you guys, whether it was 12 years, 20 years, you guys came up from your husband's money. Now, Larsa, she got the better end of the deal because, one, her, well, we don't know, but her husband didn't cheat on, leave her, I guess, to leave at that moment. And they ended on good notes. They're co-parenting, it seems a little bit more secure for her. And unfortunately, Lisa, I mean, per the headlines as of last week, didn't they say she was like she couldn't buy Pampers? What did
Come
they?
up, Lenny cut her off.
It's
Cut
crazy.
her
I,
off.
I don't. I hope it gets better for her. But it's
Locked her
crazy
out
that
the
they're
house.
both are. They were good, really good friends. They're arguing over who was kept the least. Like you both came from nothing. Let's start there. You both came into something. Let's start this. Let's continue to go there. And hey, you both almost didn't get nothing, but I guess not really. So it's crazy. I don't know where it's gonna go with it, but I do like seeing Lisa kind of get activated a little bit. I love an unhinged housewife. I hate this. Well, I hate that it's at the hands of like her marriage going to shits, but
Yeah, it's horrible.
fair.
Well, but Lisa can take it there. Lisa was there season 3 when she was fighting with everybody over Lisa Black. Like,
right. And I think
she can take it there.
Going forward, because they talked about this as it was being recorded. Didn't she like confront the girl or something? Or didn't she,
later on, yeah.
They confronted the girl, yeah.
At a club, if we remember that. Was
and I think she was with Larsa. She was with Larsa, right?
She was there. Larsa was there.
But was it
they were filming. They were filming, and they confronted the girl.
So yeah, so this.
I pray to God that airs.
Oh my God, I hope.
I heard they were filming, and so I am enjoying this. At least because last season I was like, "Why is Lisa there?" This season, I'm glad she's there because I want to see what she's doing. She's not winning these fights with this Larsa, but
she's losing by a lot. She's losing by a lot.
Losing by a lot, but she's not just weak. She ain't just getting wore out. She's trying to fight back,
She fought back a little bit this episode with that husband thing. I'd have been like,
yeah. And don't forget about the moment when she was talking to Lenny. She was like, "I know I'm mic'd, but Larsa's a fucking bitch," and she was going off on Larsa. So hopefully she keeps that. But I feel
that liquid courage.
I feel like they're gonna make up, and then especially once they find out for sure that he's cheating, I think they're all gonna rally around her and kind of get support her more. So we'll see. But I am enjoying her thus far. So yeah.
I will say these Miami girls they're doing a lot more than some of the other franchises have been.
Yeah. They're top 3. I'll say.
They're doing it.
Yeah.
What I will say,
I would say they're number 2.
They're bringing some chaos but it's cohesive in a way that Salt Lake City has not been able to. Salt Lake City, every episode is chaos, but nothing makes sense. It's like they all got together at filming and they were like, what batshit crazy shit? Heather, you getting punched. Whitney, molestation. What are we doing?
Whitney, are you serious?
Whitney.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you haven't watched this season, girl.
I told y'all, Justice for Mary Cosby.
Mary's going to come in episode 13.
I got to watch.
I know you got to watch. All right, you guys. Well, I want to thank you guys for definitely leaning in with us. Again, as I mentioned throughout the episode, make sure that you guys like and subscribe to the channel and to this video. Follow us on Twitter. And also, please come into the actual comment section and gab with us. What did you guys think about the first 2 episodes of The Real Housewives of Miami? I actually thoroughly enjoyed myself. I think because I have absolutely no expectations, I'm always thoroughly surprised. And Jamie and Cortez, I want to thank you for leaning in with us. We'll see you guys soon as we lean out. Thanks.
Episodes 3 and 4 tomorrow. Well, yeah, Sunday. Bye.
Bye.